Now we're going to take on a very exciting ride, the fiber optic system. The fiber optic system is becoming more and more popular, and it's become popular by a system called MOST, Media Oriented Systems Transport. It's a fancy acronym for the infotainment system. What's the infotainment system? It's going to provide you with video and gaming, sound and music, communication, and navigation. Let's take a look at a short video by Tyco Electronics, who is pioneering the MOST network. Let's look at some other key features of the MOST network. The first, the MOST network runs off a single plastic optical fiber. One lead running through the entire system. The older systems use two, an input and an output, but not the MOST. It's going to run on a loop. The second nice feature is standardization. The fiber optic network has become standardized. And if you're ever working on a vehicle and you see this orange optical fiber, you know that you have the MOST network. And then finally, everything is perfectly synced. Try it one day. If you're on a vehicle with the MOST network, take your iPod, plug it into the center console, and see how effective it is. Instantly, the music will sync to your sound system. What do you do if your fiber optic system is damaged? What if the cable is pinched or cut? Does that mean it has to be replaced? No, it can be repaired. But it is going to require some special tooling. Take a look at this slide. In this slide, you'll see two tools, a cutter and a crimper. These are essential to the repair of a fiber optic system. But the process is easy. Essentially, you take your cutter and you split or cut your fiber optic cable to give you a smooth edge. Once you get that smooth edge, the OEM is recommending that you take some 3000 grit sandpaper and just smooth out the ends, because light likes to reflect, and if you have a smooth edge, you'll get a better transparency across the connection. Finally, you need the crimper, and that's really essential. These tools are expensive right now, but over time, I'm sure they become more cost effective. But you need this tool because you're going to take a plastic ferrule or terminal and crimp it onto a plastic cable. That's going to require the correct crimp height, that's going to require the correct crimp pressure, and this is the tool that can provide it. And then finally, light tests. You have to do some type of test to the system. You could turn it on and make sure you have some good clarity and all the components work. But there are other tools available to you. They're also very expensive. Essentially, I like to call it the lightsaber. You stick your tool into this fiber optic network through a diagnostic port or diagnostic loop connector, and it sends a light signal through the MOST network back to the receiver, checking speed and clarity. Essentially, a go, no-go gauge. One of the areas of contention was painted surfaces. Some of the shops noticed that if they painted the surface too well, the shark fin or antenna didn't have a good ground. So essentially, it was building up static or poor reception in navigation or communication systems. So be aware of that when you go to mount that shark fin.